conducted by audio and video conference without the requirement of a physically present quorum of the Rock Island City Council due to the disaster declaration issued by Governor Pritzker. Because of this order related to COVID-19 health concerns affecting the state and the city, the mayor has determined that an in-person meeting at City Hall with all participants may not be practical or prudent. Alderpersons and staff may not all be physically present at City Hall due to the disaster, and physical attendance at City Hall may be limited. To participate remotely during the public comment or public hearing portion of the meeting, please join by phone.
Okay, roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Present.
Hurt.
Here.
Present.
Swanson.
Here.
Parker. Absent. Poulos.
Here.
Healy.
Here.
Mayor Tomes. Absent. We have a quorum.
Okay. Let's all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, public comment. We only have one person, Justin Farley.
Good evening. I'm Justin Farley. I'm here because there's a vote on extending my permit for my business Skylark on the corner of 7th Avenue and 44th Street here in Rock Island. We're an event space / recording studio. We took an old church that was in pretty bad shape, and we've been cleaning it up. And like I said, we're a recording studio, and we have small events. Had a quinceanera coming up, a wedding last weekend, other types of private parties, anniversary parties, birthday parties, small concerts, and we film podcasts and do radio commercials. And I'm just calling to say hello, introduce myself again. We moved in early of 2020. We've survived. We're still here, and I appreciate you considering us to extend our permit.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
And you
thank
are
you.
item 12 on the agenda.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Minutes of the September 12th, 2022 study session and city council meeting.
Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the minutes as printed. Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Okay, roll call.
Alderperson Poulos.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hurt.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay. Item number 8 is update Rock Island, but I don't have an update.
There you go.
I do now. Okay, update Rock Island. Family bingo at the downtown library on September 29th, 2022. The downtown is offering family bingo from 4:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Play as many games as we can fit into an hour for your chance to win candy. Registration is required for everyone attending, and children 6 and under must have an adult present. Visit their website for more information and to register. Thursday night Groove concert series in Schwiebert Park is back. The concert series will run every Thursday from August 18th through October 13th, 2022, featuring a different band each week. Concessions from Bent River Brewing Company and Happy Joe's Pizza will be available starting at 6 p.m. with live music from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Visit the Rock Island Parks and Recreation website for more information. And those concerts are fun, by the way. I go every Thursday. Fall leaf collection bag available Monday, October the 10th, 2022. The city offers leaf bags for the leaf collection program. Leaf bags will be available on Monday, October the 10th, 2022, and leaf collection will be Monday, October 17th through Friday, December 9th. Leaf bag distribution locations will be announced in the fall. Visit the city website for more information. Okay, item number 9.
Mayor Pro Tem Swanson will close the regular meeting and open a public hearing on a request from Michael Whiteside, Sally's, for a waiver of the signature requirement to secure a liquor license at 3737 14th Avenue.
Okay, we will close the regular meeting and open the public hearing. And let's see here.
Is there anyone who wants to speak again?
Okay. Is there anyone who wants to speak against Sally's? Is there anyone who would like to speak for?
Ask virtually as well, whether they're.
Yeah.
Is there anyone virtually who wants to speak against? Okay, you can speak for.
Evening, Council. My name is Michael Whiteside, longtime Rock Island resident, graduate of Rock Island High School, Augustana College. My family and I have been working last couple years on a project at 3737 14th Avenue. That'd be the old Lion's Mane. Most people would know it if you've been in the area a while. Freelands, most previous to that. We're looking to open a bar and a restaurant on the corner of 14th and 38th. Capacity about 100 people. We're hoping that it'll attract a nice industry, local, Augustana crowd. So, looking to get your guys' support. The reason we didn't get all of the signatures, we went door to door and received a good positive response. Parking was a concern, but our hours don't overlap. We're planning to open at 4 o'clock, and the 2-hour parking on 14th would go till about 5 o'clock. We also do have a 14-spot parking lot to the west that we do own as part of that as well. So if you guys have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them.
This is Alderman Hurt. I do have a couple questions for you.
Sure.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So I'm looking on the business premise information sheet that you had filled out, and it says business type, bar, tavern. Now, I know you were talking about food. Is that the correct documentation on this for what you're looking for? And I'm not sure. I guess I'm looking for guidance from maybe our city manager as well. When it says bar, tavern, is that excluding food, or should it say restaurant? Or I don't know what normally goes in there.
You know, that's Dave to comment on that.
Do you know which, I have not seen the application, but what form of the application? There are various lettered.
I believe it was E that we filled out. The tavern, we fit more of that in our current state.
Okay.
But if the operations, how we envision it, would be more like Steve's, kind of across the street, where there is a food line behind the bar, and the bartenders will be doing both cooking and serving drinks.
And how soon do you propose having that put in place, or is that or what's your plan on that, I guess?
The food will be available from day one.
Okay, so does that, Dave, need to be updated then? Or under F, it says bar, tavern, should they mark off restaurant as well on there?
No.
No?
He'd
Okay.
say it doesn't have to. I think it's up to the applicant if they wanted a tavern license to specifically ask for that.
Okay, just a question, thank you. Let's see, so my next question, I guess, would be, so you say you have 14 parking spaces adjacent to the bar. What is the proposed parking for that particular, your business? What is the plan?
The more than the 14, or I'm trying to follow.
Correct. Yeah, if you got spots for 14, where do you anticipate the remainder your guests parking at? I mean, is it neighborhood parking, or where have you worked out at any kind of arrangement with the businesses surrounding there for parking? I'm trying to, I guess, figure out what your plan is for parking.
There is a good deal of parking on 14th Avenue that would be available to us. We have reached out to AutoZone. They have said, as long as you don't fill it up, it's not going to be a problem. There's also a city ball diamond that's kind of underutilized within a 2-minute walk. That would also be available to some of ours.
Okay. That's all I had. Thank you.
And in anticipation of some of these questions, don't know if you guys are familiar with how Radical Effect operates down the street. They have a permit parking on theirs. That must be 31st. And we encouraged our neighbors on 37th to do the same, to be able to not have interference in their living spaces from anybody who would, be attending our bars. But we feel like there is enough parking in the neighborhood to absorb kind of our business flow. And we hope that there's a parking problem in the area, honestly, because that means that we're doing something right on the top of the hill.
Well, I would like to comment. I remember when we initially walked through the building, when we did a tour of that area, and when the vision was just, getting off the ground. And so I personally wish you guys the best and hope you do very well.
Thank you very much.
Are you still planning on doing your movie theater, whatever, against the wall in there?
At this time, post-COVID, I don't know if you've noticed some of the pricing on lumber and services. It's basically doubled from the first quote when we started talking about the plan early in 2020. So we're using the easternmost part of the building and firewalling that off to meet city codes.
Okay.
And then the capacity will be just under 100. So with the possibility of growth in the future, but at this current time, no.
So how many signatures did you need to collect?
There was a mandatory signature list of around 10, and I think that the majority was around 30. Most of the signatures on the majority list were either big businesses or out-of-town landlords. We sent certified letters to everyone and got responses from very few.
So I know there's a list of required signatures, and then there's a list of so many, but then there's also the requirement, like you can wrap the two together. I'm looking this up.
Yeah, out of the 30 on the
A
majority list,
majority of the
everyone-
total properties, so there's 21 properties, and so therefore you needed a minimum of 11 properties signing, correct?
For the,
Yes.
Okay.
As one of the requirements.
okay.
And so you've got 7 of the 11, is that correct?
Sounds correct.
Okay, great. Any remote comments for? Any other comments at all?
I have one more. This is Alderman Hurt. So I seen that Mulkey's was on there as a required signature, and you were unable to obtain a signature from Mulkey's?
We did obtain a signature from them. They were actually
Okay,
the first one we got back.
Oh, I saw that.
See that on the sheet here. I'm sorry.
We had
okay,
a
there it
sheet
is.
that
Okay.
I
My
went door to door
Yep.
with, and then all of the ones that we sent out certified letter, we would have received
Yep.
one signature back at a time.
Gotcha. I saw it on here now. My mistake.
Okay.
Sorry.
think some of these are rentals too, because I know some of the people, so they're just a rental property for them.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you much.
Okay, I will close the public hearing and reconvene the regular meeting and entertain a motion.
I would make a motion to recommend that the mayor/liquor commissioner waive the signature requirement as requested and approve the liquor license.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, roll call.
Alderperson Poulos,
Yes.
Healy,
Aye.
Robinson,
Aye.
Hurt,
Aye.
Gilbert,
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay. Item number 10.
Consent agenda. All of these under the consent agenda are considered routine in nature and can be enacted by a single motion and subsequent roll call vote.
To approve consent agenda items A through D.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, roll call.
Alderperson Poulos.
Aye.
Healy,
Aye.
Robinson,
Aye.
Hurt,
Aye.
Gilbert,
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 11.
Report from the Public Works Department regarding a lease agreement with Michaels Power Incorporated, Neenah, Wisconsin, to temporarily lease a vacant corner lot located at 7th Avenue and 2nd Street as part of an upcoming construction project.
Motion to direct the city manager to sign the lease agreement pending any minor attorney modifications.
Second.
Any discussion? All right, roll call.
Alderperson Poulos,
Aye.
Healy,
Aye.
Robinson,
Aye.
Hurt,
Aye.
Gilbert,
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item number 12.
Report from the Community and Economic Development Department regarding an ordinance granting revised stipulations to a special use permit to Justin Farley for a public event facility located at 4401 7th Avenue. First reading.
I would make a motion to amend the recommendation to allow the special use permit to extend for 2 years and to allow the use of one food truck during their business hours.
A second.
Okay. Any discussion?
I forgot to say suspend the rules and pass the ordinance.
You made making a motion to
Miles?
amend. I'm sorry, go ahead, Miles.
I seek clarity for the record that the additional time is to meet those stipulations laid out that currently have a 1-year timeline, correct?
That's correct, but we wanted it to extend that to 2 years.
Correct. So just for the record, that's what's being changed.
Yes, and to allow the food truck.
Yep. Okay. Just want to make sure that's clear in the record for the purposes of adjusting the language in the ordinance itself.
And I think that if the intent is to suspend the rules, I think we're going to have to withdraw the second and the motion and start over, and then at the end of yours, add
Suspend the
and
rules.
suspend the.
Yes, I'm going to try that now.
Suspend the rules, consider and pass the ordinance.
That's correct.
Where
All
is
right.
this on the back of our
This time,
nameplates,
I
man?
withdraw my second.
Those cheat sheets up here, just like
I know, I
Judith
have to get the
recommended.
cheat sheet out. But I'm going to make a motion to amend the recommendation to 2 years to allow the food truck to suspend the rules and consider, and to pass the ordinance.
Second.
Did I say that right?
Close enough. All right, roll call.
Alderperson Poulos,
Aye.
Healy,
Aye.
Robinson,
Aye.
Hurt,
Aye.
Gilbert,
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay. Item 13.
Report from the Community and Economic Development Department regarding approval of the Hoskins subdivision minor subdivision plat located at 2767 9th Street to the north for the use of a church parking lot.
Motion to approve the final plat.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Poulos,
Aye.
Healy,
Aye.
Robinson,
Aye.
Hurt,
Aye.
Gilbert,
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 14.
Report from the Finance Department regarding a budget adjustment, increasing the Community Development Block Grant Fund 242 revenue and expenditure budgets by $82,234.00 and $429,469.62.
Motion to approve the budget adjustment as recommended.
Okay, motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Poulos,
Aye.
Healy,
Aye.
Robinson,
Aye.
Hurt. Alderperson Hurt,
Aye.
Gilbert,
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item number 15.
Report from the Traffic and Engineering Committee regarding a request from Crystal Kaiser to give 25th Avenue between 12th and 16th Streets the honorary name of Lewis Kaiser Way.
Move to consider, move to suspend the rules, consider, and pass the ordinance.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Poulos,
Aye.
Healy,
Aye.
Robinson,
Aye.
Hurt,
Aye.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Agenda item 16.
Report from the Traffic and Engineering Committee regarding a request from Debbie Brooks to install four-way stop signs on 25th Street at the intersection of 21st Avenue.
Move to suspend the rules, consider, and pass the ordinance.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Poulos,
Aye.
Healy,
Aye.
Robinson,
Aye.
Hurt,
Aye.
Gilbert,
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 17.
Report from the Traffic and Engineering Committee regarding a request from Marilyn Ryan to install residential parking, Type A, on the east and west side of 10th Street, north of 25th Avenue to the dead end.
Move to suspend the rules, consider, and pass the ordinance.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Poulos,
Aye.
Healy,
Aye.
Robinson,
Aye.
Hurt,
Aye.
Gilbert,
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Agenda item 18.
Report from the Fire Department regarding a request from the Rock Island Firefighters Association, IAFF Local 26, to utilize the intersection of 30th Street and 18th Avenue for their annual Muscular Dystrophy Association Fill the Boot fundraising campaign on Friday, October 14th, 2022, from 3 o'clock p.m. to 6 p.m., on Saturday, October 15th, 2022, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and on Sunday, October 16th, 2022, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Move to approve the request as recommended.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. Any discussion?
I just have a quick question, not really about this, but just in general. So if any organization is planning on doing this, do they have to get a permit from the city to do this? Do we,
There is a permit provided for being in the street. We've never developed the guidelines on how to, apply for one, a permit, and I've asked Samantha to work on that.
oh, the reason I bring it up, because last week,
11th Street?
yeah, 11 and 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were people just walking in the street and so I was wondering if it was,
Yeah,
how was that controlled?
You do need a permit for that, but like I said, we've never developed a process, but we're gonna work on doing that. You just wanna make sure people are, if they're in the streets, that they're taking the necessary precautions and things like that. By the time the police had gone out there and looked at that, they felt they were being careful, they were wearing reflective vests and things like that, so they didn't
Yeah, I mean,
tell them to leave, but.
They do exactly like the fire department. They have the vest on. They only approach the vehicles at the stoplight, so they're not in the middle of the street while the light is green, but I just didn't know the process. And, okay.
Roll call.
Alderperson Poulos,
Aye.
Healy,
Aye.
Robinson,
Aye.
Hurt,
Aye.
Gilbert,
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item number 19.
Report from the City Clerk's Office regarding a request from Kai Swanson with Augustana College to close 7th Avenue between 34th Street and Centennial Hall on Saturday, October 15th, 2022, from 9 o'clock a.m. to 6 o'clock p.m. for a block party.
Move to approve the street closing as recommended.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion?
This will not have any effect on emergency services' ability to get through there if needed.
You have to ask the chief.
There was no objection, at least when it was sent to them.
And then we'll let Mr. Swanson speak after the chief.
No, typically, they've always, many times when we have these street closures, they accommodate for us to come through as needed, so it won't be an issue.
Thank you, Chief. If I may, thank you very much. It's always an honor to be here, but did want to make sure that everyone knows that this is a public party celebrating a very rare event. I won't give you exact specifics, but from the time I enrolled as a kindergartner in Rock Island schools, we've only done this twice. That's a long time. And President Andrea Talentino would like to invite all members of the council and city staff and all of our neighbors in Rock Island to be part of the party. I will say that I had asked Josh to please amend the original to 7 a.m. Our public safety office has asked that it be 7 instead of 9. And I didn't see that on the agenda. And specific question about public safety, if you'd like to know specifics, I can give those to you, but we do have plans in the event that we need ingress and egress during the time frame, and using some of the alleys behind the Hanson Hall of Science. And our police chief, Phyllis, is got those plans and ready to share whenever needed.
Okay. Do we need to withdraw the second and the motion to
If you can
amend
amend
that?
it, if the intention is to amend the time, yes, then you should.
Was it my second or Moses' second?
Which one did you catch?
Right?
I'll withdraw my motion and request an amended.
What I have here from you is a correction to 9 a.m. So
Oh.
if it is 7 a.m.,
I
then
was
my
looking
apologies.
up I'm sorry, Josh.
Okay.
You know that this was a very fluid situation.
Absolutely.
Is correct.
7 a.m. if we could, please.
Yep.
I will withdraw my second.
And I'll withdraw
I'll
the
withdraw
motion.
mine if he caught, I don't know which one he caught.
So I would request a approval with the amendment from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. for 34th Street on 7th Avenue from 34th Street to Centennial Hall on October 15th, 2022, from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. for the block party.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. Any other discussion? Okay, roll call.
Alderperson Poulos?
Aye.
Healy?
Aye.
Robinson?
Aye.
Hurt?
Aye.
Gilbert?
Aye.
Swanson?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, agenda item 20.
Report from the City Clerk's Office regarding a request from Deb Kunze with Friends of Hauberg Civic Center to close the north entrance of 24th Street on Saturday, October 22nd, 2022, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. to ensure pedestrian safety, to use sound amplification from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m., and to allow for the permission of the outdoor sale and consumption of alcohol as part of their Oktoberfest event.
Move to approve the street closing and sound amplification request as recommended and allow for the outdoor sale of alcohol, subject to being closed down early if complaints are received.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, roll call.
Alderperson Poulos?
Aye.
Healy?
Aye.
Robinson?
Aye.
Hurt?
Aye.
Gilbert?
Aye.
Swanson?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Agenda item 21.
Report from the City Clerk's Office regarding a request from Isaiah Williams of Zay Creatives LLC to close 2nd Avenue between 20th and 21st Avenues on Saturday, October 22nd, 2022, from 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. for a community festival and fashion show.
Motion to approve the street closing and sound application request as recommended.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Poulos?
Aye.
Healy?
Aye.
Robinson?
Aye.
Hurt,
Aye.
Gilbert?
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Agenda item 22.
Report from the City Clerk's Office regarding a request from Christian Care, 2209 3rd Avenue, to hold a walk on Saturday, December 17th, 2022, from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Move to approve the request as recommended.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Poulos.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hurt.
Aye.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay. Other business. Other than I'm sure you guys are glad that I'm chairing this and not Mike Thomas, since we're gonna get out of here early.
So I got a couple things. One, and I don't know if this is, what is everyone feeling about moving the other items up instead of just having it down at the end of the agenda? And I know we discussed this before. Maybe we can call it, I don't know, call it something different, or, I don't know. I just don't, I would like to have the other business earlier in the meeting so we can have, usually when people come for public comment, they usually leave right afterwards, and some of the stuff that we talk about, they may want to hear or something. So I don't know what everyone's consensus is about moving that up earlier in the agenda. Has anyone ever thought about it?
I'm open for anything. I mean,
Just wondering. Okay, so one item already got taken care of. Another item, so MetroNet. So MetroNet isn't available below the hill in First Ward specifically. We haven't received any services from MetroNet. Is there a way that we can reach out to them and figure out what needs to happen to make, so we can get that connection going? I read I think it was the ordinance or whatever was voted on before, where they have something in there where stated that 15 people within a certain area next to their trunk have to sign up for service. I have no idea where their trunks are. I don't know if anyone else in that area knows where their trunks are. So if we can get some kind of, explanation exactly how that needs to happen. A lot of people, I mean, myself, I would love to have MetroNet as a service, but it's not even an option for us down.
Yeah, we can certainly facilitate that. The agreement provides for the initial service area, and then there's other areas where, as you indicated, if 15 people per 1,200 feet.
1,200 feet, right.
Request service, then they're obligated to extend it as well. So we can try to put together some kind of map or something that can be served as a reference. I would encourage anybody to, if they want service, to contact MetroNet and let them know they're interested, because I think they'll register that, and then if they get enough people in certain areas, it'll help provide provision to those areas. But we can talk about it with MetroNet and try to get a better guide.
I know there's a lot of people who want service, but they just don't know how to even request it. So, I mean, I've been on their website. I mean, I know one of the, not installers, but I guess one of the reps, so I've been talking to him. But if they can give some kind of information that we can get out to our residents, and then they can either go on the website or call and flood them, whatever.
Yeah, that's a great idea. We'll work with MetroNet to facilitate that. I know in Galesburg, they had a website where you could go and specifically sign up for service, and they would tell you that it's not available at this time, but we'll contact you when it is available. I haven't done that here because where I live, they have it service, so I just signed up for it. But we'll double check on that and try to help facilitate registering that and identifying where there are lines so people know.
Yeah, I had a constituent call, and he's on the western edge of my ward, and MetroNet said, it'll be 2 years, and I think I forwarded that to you too.
Right.
So,
Because they've told different conflicting stories. One story to some people who were calling, stating that there's too many construction projects going on in that particular area, so that's why they can't do it. Others, just that it wasn't part of the initial, agreement. So just so we can get some consistency as far as what the reasoning is why it's not offered. So again, and as I promised, plan for the Marina. I'm bringing it up every time.
I was wondering.
I have it highlighted. Plan for the Marina. I mean, we want to make sure that we are, and I don't want to just say this and then it's a joke and then we don't move. Can we please get a plan for the marina moving forward? Communication plan. We have a communication director on board now. Have we have any idea as far as what we are doing to try to, connect with our residents with using this communication director? Any ideas, any plans moving forward?
Yeah, she's busy working on certain things, but I have asked her to put together a communications plan, which would outline some of those things that you're talking about. But I think she's doing a real good job putting out more information to the public, and if people have, ideas or thoughts, certainly share those. But she is going to put together a communications plan, which will kind of outline the strategy and the key things that we're going to do, and she'll share that with the council once we put that together. With respect to the marina, we're actually going to meet with Edgewater tomorrow and talk more. We had referenced that they had provided the scope previously, and that was really related more toward the needs of the facilities to be improved, and not so much about options. But we're going to explore that with them a little bit when we talk to them tomorrow about a scope, what that might look like to explore different options and put together kind of a plan, or at least provide enough information the council can make some kind of decisions for the future. And of course, they're not the only group that does these sorts of things, but they're one that has very experienced in that area, so it'll be beneficial to talk to them.
Piggybacking on Alderman Robinson's communications plan. So I know that some cities have this service where you can send out texts to residents, school districts have it, or even emails. It'd be nice if there was some way, and that could be done, citywide, but also by ward, to make direct contact with people. You can't send out different texts to people. You'll start getting a message saying you can't do that. You have to participate in a certain kind of service to be able to get information out to people. I think we had talked about this in the very beginning when the new council was sworn in, some kind of direct way to push information out, other than social media, the newspaper, website.
One way you do have is there's a service, well, it's not really a service, it's a free service called Group Me, and it's a text service. Group Me? Yeah, you can, and I don't even know what the threshold is, but it's kind of big as far as how many numbers you can have in for that text. And there's a feature in there called announcement, because I'm starting to roll that out now for First Ward. There's a feature in there called announcements that it will allow you to send a text out, but it won't allow anything to come back. So you won't have a lot of, messages coming back and forth with people saying, who's this? So it's with my ward meetings, when they're signing in, I'm giving them that information that I'm adding to this text message, and they'll receive messages only from me for like those type of things. But the two-way communication, I still think we do need that.
Yeah, so we can get more information on these kinds of things that are available so that we can use them. That would be appreciated.
Yep, will do.
That's all I have.
Anyone have anything else? All right, item number 24.
Closed session, 5 ILCS 122 C11. Litigation when an action against, affecting, or on behalf of the particular public body has been filed and is pending before a court or administrative tribunal, or when the public body finds that an action is probable or imminent, in which case the basis for the finding must be recorded and entered into the minutes of the closed meeting.
Move to go into closed session for the exception cited.
Second.
Right, moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Poulos.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hurt.
Aye.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. We're in closed session.
Does Randy have